Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Arbor Day here at North 7th Street Community Garden. This would not be possible without many collaborations between Greater Fall River Recreation, the Bank Street Neighborhood Association, Niagara Neighborhood Association, and Father Kelly Neighborhood Association. Many groups and individuals are participating today and making this all possible. As well, Marianne Wardell from the Fall River Street Planting Program has donated this lovely tree. Two trees for today's Arbor Day, and we thank her very much for her participation as well and the donation of the trees. We're looking forward to getting our community garden started and up and running with planting and building the what's it called? Stands. Yes. See, you can tell I'm not a planter or a gardener. I'll be learning a little thing or two with this community garden. And I'd like to thank everyone else behind me that has attended today's event. And if anyone else would like to say a few words, Marianne Wardell would like to say a few words.
Good morning and happy Arbor Day. I would just like to say a few words about the first Arbor Day, which originated in the Nebraska Territory due to J. Sterling Morton in 1872. Mr. Morton came from Illinois where they had lots of trees. And when he got to Nebraska, there was just prairie and very few trees. He was a very influential man. He was a newspaper editor and a journalist. And from that position, he was able to promote tree planting throughout the territory. And he really geared this advocacy of planting trees to the children of the territory, to community organizations. And in that first year, his outreach was so great that 1 million trees were planted in the territory of Nebraska. And since that time, every state in the Union has celebrated Arbor Day, and it has gone nationwide. Every nation has celebrated Arbor Day, and here in Massachusetts, we celebrate Arbor Day on the last Friday in April. And there are two additional things that I would like to offer, and that is this community garden is really a great step. There's been a lot of information and news media recently about the data and research that has gone into how greenery and vegetation and the planting of trees and community gardens has fostered good health. And I got some information from David Weed about the University of Miami had questionnaires that were given to 250,000 Medicare recipients, and they connected it to the vegetation around where they lived. People are living longer where there is vegetation, and there are also studies that came through the New York Times that promoted the same thing. So my congratulations to Niagara and Bank Street and Father Kelly Neighborhoods for promoting good health, and keep planting trees.
I'd like to express the mayor's regrets. Mayor Carrera wanted to be here today, but he was unable to do so. But early this morning, he was talking about several issues that the city faces that this community garden addresses. One was specifically the need for more trees. As you can see behind me, that's happening here in this community garden. Another one is the issue of blight in the city, and as many people know, this lot at one time was, for a long time, for too long, was occupied by a vacant building. Another thing that he talked about was amenities for the residents of the city. And so now it was once a blighted property in the city. Is going to be a great community resource for anyone in the city. It's going to be a beautiful verdant garden, and that's a big turnaround from what it once was. So the mayor would like to congratulate all the different organizations and individuals that were involved in this. It does take a lot. It takes a lot of different hands to do something like this. It's not a small thing. A lot of hard work to put into it, and the mayor congratulates everyone involved. And so on his behalf, I'd like to present and read a proclamation here on this Arbor Day to the neighborhood associations that are, if I can get John here, that are involved in this, and Helen and Natalie. Did I miss anyone?
And
Okay.
Grace.
Oh, Grace, of course.
Oh, you got me.
Pauline. And Mike Dion. No. Pauline.
Okay, last call. All ready? All right. Whereas the forefathers of our city had the foresight to plant numerous trees throughout our city so that Fall River now enjoys thousands of trees along our streets and many more in our parks, playgrounds, cemeteries, and on private property. And whereas trees are our most valuable natural resource for our city, providing oxygen to the air we breathe, absorbing carbon dioxide, providing shade during the heat of summer, offering a home to birds and small animals, and giving our city an aesthetic uplift by covering our city in a canopy of color during the autumn months. And whereas the many positive benefits of trees result in the increase of property values to all our residents and business properties, making Fall River a better place to live, and whereas it is important for our children to recognize the multitude of advantages provided by our trees so that they may carry on our commitment to planting and maintaining trees, and whereas the City of Fall River, in an effort to incorporate our children in the stewardship of our urban forest, will be celebrating Arbor Day in our elementary schools. Now therefore I, Jazel Correa II, Mayor of the City of Fall River, do hereby proclaim Friday, April 29th, 2016 as Arbor Day in Fall River. And I urge my fellow citizens to protect and preserve our city's trees today and every day.
Well, I just want to thank everyone for this collaboration. Natalie has really started this, Natalie and Bank Street, and I think they've done an awesome job. It's been great to collaborate with them along with Father Kelly Neighborhood. I think this is going to be an awesome program, and I hope it catches on across the city. As you can see, it's pretty urban here, so it's going to be nice to have a small oasis in this neighborhood. Thank you.
I just want to thank everybody for coming. I want to thank Mike Dion. I want to thank City Recreation, Marion Wardell. Again, all the neighborhoods, Father Kelly, Niagara, we're working together. Anybody else that wants to join in, we're open. We just want to work together, make a future of our city a much better place. We love our city, we live it, we breathe it. We need to make it positive and beautiful to bring great people into our city so we can be in peace. Thank you very much. Many years of experience.